have some competition, it looks like. I don't know. Let's not waste any more time. Let's jump right into game number 5, guys. Thank you once again for you all tuning in right now. The ALGS day number 3 already having such high octane action in the Emea region is always nice to see, but it's also really nice to see the plethora of different compositions that we see from a lot of the characters that are being used up by our teams.
Ah, that is true. I love it. We talked about the Mad Maggie. We talked about the Wraith. We talked about Loba. So much fun stuff. It's just kind of like those characters that we typically didn't see. When we were stuck kind of in that Gibby, Caustic, Valk meta for a while, this just adds a little bit of spice to it, right? It just shakes it up a little bit. But these teams, we're not getting the Skyhook ending that I wanted. But for those that love Fragment, which looks to be Fire Beavers, they may find themselves having a strong upper hand in map number 5.
Yeah, that's gonna be good news for them. I mean, they're gonna have all of Fragment to loot as well as a beacon to work off of as well. You saw BZN on the outskirts as well as in No Name to be able to contest them early, like Echo Esports has, by the way. Since the very beginning on Stormpoint, they've been taking these early 50-50s, and they did land here before on Climatizer, so it looks like it's Na'Vi who are sharing that real estate with them. They're looking to already rotate on the other side of Climatizer before they decide to see if they can take this opportunity to fight, because if this fight goes a lot longer than Echo Esports wants it to go, I'm worried about the likes of Zane and VJ, who are actually over by Overlook, that they could contest them in the middle of their rotations towards Epicenter.
Ooh, you're right, and that's going to be spicy. Na'Vi has really been always there. They are just such an integral portion of these fights that have really been the thorn on a lot of these teams' sides. Sure, they've only had a 4th place as their best finish, haven't really found themselves as a match winner, but I feel as if their mid-game fights, they're the ones taking down some of these heavy hitters. You can see in that map view right there, we are going straight Fragment Epicenter. If it pulls just north of Fragment and ends there, it is going to be in for a treat. Everyone in chat, everyone watching from home, no matter where you are, we are in for an absolute show here.
Yeah, let us know, guys, your thoughts on which teams you want to take game number 5 and game number 6, especially the teams that need it. Make sure to tweet out hashtag ALGS, and you guys can at me at Vicky Kitty or Tip at Spider Tip. It's gonna be nice as Echo Esports are looking to back off from this fight. They got limited ammunition, but they got some great loot to work off of. Not only a purple Evo shield, but they got the purple energy mag, the blue stock here from Bardo. So they're looking to just rotate all the way around, see if they can get anything else that they need for their weapon loadout. And once they do start making their next move to rotate into that next circle after utilizing the replicator, they're going to have to look out for the likes of VZD, who are going to be approaching from Overlook. I'm wondering if there is that beacon in Climatizer, they could get that information, or if they don't have that beacon, they're going to have to rotate towards Epicenter to fight for that beacon control instead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I do remember a beacon being inside of Epicenter, probably at the top of it, which is gonna make for an interesting moment, because Epicenter, you have to go down the hills to get into that POI, which is gonna leave yourself vulnerable to any teams that are looking to chow you for that beacon available. And you can see right now, Starter Fight being punished on the outskirts of Harvester, looking to disengage, but they're not able to necessarily get out without full health. And look who's at the helm of that. That's gonna be Aurora, making the way, taking down Doctors, and just keeping on that aggressive nature and sharing a little bit of ultimate accelerants. I expect nothing less of a team that's going to put a Mad Maggie and Wraith here.
Right? Yeah, especially with the Wraith too. I have to highlight that I absolutely love the fact that Aurora has been able to find this team comp and allow it to work. We've had the likes of so many other teams bring out unorthodox compositions. As you can see, Vex in a fight themselves too. They have the high ground though, and it's going to be GW who are actually playing off the low ground. Vex Gaming may have the advantage right here, but they do lose out on Tyler.
Ooh, and Tyler, the current Emea kill leader, had 21 eliminations on his first showing, but unlucky. The controller Menace pushing in and eliminating Game Ward. Now the issue is they didn't full Tyler, so that is great for Vex Gaming. They're able to hit that reset, get the shield swap in, pop a med kit, and that is the cleanest, quickest reset. You're going to take to the sky, look to make sure that no one is trying to third party you, and you are in the clear. Just get your guns reloaded, make sure everything's chill, restock up, make sure your Phoenix kits are popping, because you always got to have one of those. And Vex Gaming looking strong here in the early game.
Yeah, looking a quick quickly reset here, sending Game Ward as the first squad in this game number 5 back to the lobby. Now they have to wait out to play out one more game within our day here of Emea. A lot of these other teams are trying to get ahead of the curve, though, when it comes to rotating through Fragment, because the real estate, like you were mentioning before, if we had seen a Skyhook circle, would be a lot more patient, a lot slower. But here, when it comes to Fragment, it's kind of a very similar pace, but with less buildings here, where you're going to expect a lot of these teams to make sure that they have some real estate depending on the team comps that we're going to be exposed to, such as Reply Totem rocking the Watson. They want to make sure that they can secure a building before any of these other teams do. You can see the black market also being used up in that broken up building, so they're going to be landing just on the other side of Fragment West.
Oh, I like this relatively free real estate just getting poked and prodded from the nearby vicinity, but able to get in there and get a good clean refresh on your shields. Now, the question is, where is that ring going to start pulling from this area? You're getting a good line of information from the teams on the outskirts. Aurora set up in Fragment as well. Able to hold down these buildings. We mentioned it, Caustic, able to use those gas traps to just secure your areas. I'm not going to push a building with a Caustic on the inskirts, and that is also saying that Mad Maggie's not pulling out her tactical to really burn me through a wall.
Yeah, that, and you know, usually that's why you see some of these teams rocking the crypto, but it's to negate the Watson fences. But in Aurora's case, it's to negate those Caustic barrels. We haven't been seeing much Caustic in any of our lobbies for other regions, just because the Watson does provide more after that nerf to Caustic's barrels did come out to shoot them down, do enough damage to make sure that they're not an issue. But Aurora's still rocking this composition. They've obviously seen a lot of success because what their priorities are with the Wraith and the Portal is getting into a position that they could have not only high ground advantage, but in a good spot for that next circle. Doesn't look like they have the information to that next circle, but they're just waiting for this squad in front of them to give up that real estate so that way they can get the beacon scan and plan their next move, since they don't have the luxury of the Skyward Dive to rotate quickly with the Valkyrie.
Yeah, as I say, we did get audio cue of someone taking to the sky, making their rotation in nearby, and Na'Vi still trying to find their route in. They're looking at the beacon here in Epicenter. Like we said, we knew that teams were going to be waiting, but they're just taking their time biting. You get free shots. Maybe this is the moment where you go 1, 2, 3. Let's all team shoot the person going for the beacon, and this could be an easy fight for them. A great picture-in-picture there for the map overview. You can see the majority of teams have found themselves in the zone, but take a look all the way down to the south left corner. You've got Alliance, and they are taking a fight so far on the outskirts. It's kind of wild.
Yeah, there is 2 squads fighting right now in staging, and with Alliance now looking to back away, that's pretty far out, because that squad is, whichever team comes out on top from this fight, is going to have to forcefully rotate from the landslide side, where you could expect 3 teams to be waiting for you on the outskirts of there, as Alliance are going to try to take some shots. The bow check, the follow-up on the longbow. Are you kidding me? That was beautiful from Alliance. The 2 shots on the bow check into the longbow follow-up. That was nice. Now Alliance are going to be able to fully send it. He's still landing these shots. I mean, if that's Katniss Everdeen, she truly don't miss.
Okay, Mandy, okay. Looking absolutely menacing with that. Meanwhile, Corpa, that's going to be all they wrote for them. But Food Esports going under siege right now, and just the Nox gas just proving to be a thorn in their sky. Scars right now trying to keep alive, but within centimeters of their health, trying to get bats off and make sure that they can finish this moment off. All able to reset. Taylor down, North down. Food Esports eliminated from the lobby here. Scars coming out on top. Beautifully done. But now you have to call into question, will other teams be kind of pushing into this moment for the third party? But so far, so good.
I think there was a team that tried to. I saw a grenade get eaten up by the Watson ult that's right behind Scars. We highlighted the Caustics, and Taishin is rocking the Caustic. So it's not just Aurora out here in these lobbies that are going to be able to rock the Stinky Man, but E6 themselves have now made their appearance inside of a building that they're sharing with another team. They're playing off the low ground right now here too. I believe this may be Horizon that wanted to make the rotate here. But like we mentioned before, not too sure. It doesn't look like there's a beacon here, so it's not like both these teams are going to be able to exit out of this building with information for them to work with.
Yeah, but I like the positioning here. Element 6 just kind of looming underneath. Now I'm going to hit the grab lift and go up top. But it's kind of fun. This is grandma's house, right? We just want to hold this real estate just on the outskirts of that next zone, which will give you the information. Call in that lifeline package, re-up, maybe find yourself, I don't know, a gold helm for someone else. But I love that they put it on life, and so you can get as many black holes as fast as possible to be able to destroy your team. But I want to go ahead and mention it. Element 6, They're not really doing the best right now. Currently sitting in 10th coming into map number 5. We saw them so dominating on their match day 1 showing, and I'd like to see them kind of step it up here in maps number 5 and 6.
Yeah, you know, and it's interesting to highlight that the teams that didn't do so well on those same days are now popping off. They're prioritizing a different playstyle when it comes to positioning, and I'm talking about Alliance, I'm talking about Scars. Nightmare as well is still finding so much KP despite not even taking a dub so far. E6 playing off the low ground, dropping their Evo shields, and okay, you know, we see you, Crypto Drones, and we're also going to go in for a quick little helmet swap so that way Case Swinney is going to be able to take to the skies. He doesn't need that gravity lift 4 right now after he is able to get onto the high ground. It's just going to be able to give it to Case Swinney to just build up that EMP even quicker.
I always find it so interesting when people start dropping their shields because, you know, there's always those 1 or 2 Lobas that loom on World's Egg.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
just running that risk of getting it swiped through the black market. But hey, let's cut on over back to Alliance and see how Legolas himself is doing with the bow check. I love that Hockeys has that fully kitted out longbow, just shy of the skull piercer. But Mondi, man, just hitting the bow check. 44 arrows remaining. Anyone that is in his line of sights, and you can see the ping going out right now, they've got their eyes set on their next victims. They are currently at the top of the leaderboard coming into match number 5, and they want to keep it this way.
Yeah, I'm not over the 2 bow check shots into the single longbow shot from Hockeys. I mean, I would be furious if I was on the other side of that skyward dive, and I would be cheering and celebrating if I were Alliance because that was such a great little ego check too. Look at him landing his shots with a 106 from across the field, from construction building to the streamer building, landing that headshot. What a statement to be made, letting them know, you know, you can try to get the beacon, but you gotta get through me first.
Speaking of getting through me first, it's Game of Drones trying to make the last stand and hold Vexed out of this choke point. Exhibit going down, but Jules going to fall. And Vex taking a lot of damage, but really doing a lot to the team in front of them. Both kind of re-upping on their shields and reassessing. Game of Drones going to fall so quick. And now Vexed already reset and ready for whatever fight is going to come their way. Because you know, trying to rotate through this chokehold is going to be spicy, but they're going to rotate around this ridge and try to go in on the south side of Fragment.
Yeah, they got options. I like this a lot too, because not only are they trying to take this different approach through this side choke point, they got options if they really wanted to wrap around. They could go from the side that they were originally contesting in, go through this choke point. They could go around through the big rocks, but they don't want to take any circle damage. They don't see that's necessary. They got all the Evo shields to work with, as well as the high ground advantage, and they're fully setting it onto this team that's hiding down below with the Watson fences set up, but they're not going to fully just take it onto them because there could be another squad on the other side of those train tracks, and they don't want to bring all that attention. You can see the squad now lifting up through the gravity lift, and the nice 1 clip on the car. Are you kidding me? That's gonna be Reply Totem actually waiting for them on the other side.
Yeah, Jazaz getting 1 clipped now. Vex Gaming ensuing and just bringing the pressure. They're gonna find another down. So now you've just gotta clean it up. There's only 1 member remaining from Reply Totem. And if you're going to push them straight into Fragment, there's nowhere to go. Reply Totem's not going to be able to get out of dodge. That's going to be potentially the end of them. Now the question is, where did Amaz go? Just under fire. And now you're looming at the helm of a team full of this building. You can hear the audio. There's already teams all around you. You're essentially a glorified... You've got to become the master splinter and start to rat at this point.
Amaz said, hold on, mind your business. I'm not the actual person that's in any trouble, okay? I'm going to be able to try to rotate around. You guys focus on the fights happening inside these buildings, especially with the chaos of these caustic traps that we're seeing set up by Aurora. They're sharing the real estate over the squad that has a high ground, and it's caustic beat caustic. And do you know what beats these caustics aside from Crypto's EMP and taking down these traps? It's Caustic himself. And that's the matchup that we're seeing right now inside of this building. It's going to be IG International on the high ground around Aurora.
Gasman v Gasman, and it's gonna get spicy, but Mad Maggie, you know, coming in, you said it best, Aurora, and then Mad Maggie announces herself and finds a great position to do so. But the question is, how are they going to build this approach up these buildings graceful, biding the time, just kind of crouch walking down, looking for a line of sight, not able, but does kind of have an inkling that a team. The question is, will someone peek graceful? But I love the patience that they're exuding, because you kind of have to do that when pushing. Meanwhile, V2 going to be eliminated. 14 squads remaining here on map number 5.
And I think we're going to cut that in half for this next circle, only because of where this circle is going to be pulling. Expect some skyward dives to come in because traversing through Fragment West from low to high ground uphill in an open field where the circle is going to be pulling more so on the outskirts of Epicenter, on the outskirts of Survey Camp. A lot of these teams in Fragment are going to get funneled into the line of sight of whichever squad is going to hold on to the high ground cliff side that's going to overlook this side of Fragment.
Yeah, and there's definitely going to be a team exuding that, but Alliance having several areas of long range available to them, just looking to kind of wreak the havoc. Vex right now in this trailer, kind of fighting. Unlucky with an inch of his life. Tyler down. Matafe and the IGL going to have to clean up E6 for them, but they got an Arc Star. Can you hide behind the shield? Yes, able to dodge that, but now here comes the third party, and it's going to get a little crazy here. But the question is, can you get out alive? They're trying to stick that res onto Tyler FPS. Meanwhile, shield swaps will be available if you can go ahead and thirst them. That's going to be all they wrote for Element 6, which is smooth. Now 12 squads remaining. The chaos is starting to do incoming Arc Stars. You cannot stay inside and hold this because you do not have a Watson Gen available. But what you do have is an insane gunny in the hands of Matafe as the damage is going out. IG International also going to go down as well. And Vex Gaming racking up all these elims as Unlucky, the kill leader with 5 eliminations and 5 assists. That means this team is already in double digits.
Oh, this is insane. Matafe was going crazy. He looked like a chameleon looking in 2 different directions at the same time for all the squads that are trying to push into that train car alone. Vex Gaming now on their last legs, backing away as Matafe manages to get res. We saw the 2 gold knockdown shields in the hands of Vex Gaming, so Matafe gets res with some health, and they need to get in to help out Unlucky because here comes another squad over to the side.
Oh, and there's a charge rifle in the horizon. That's going to wreak a lot of damage on this team. Tyler FPS going to fall as well. Now IGL Matafe last alive for the team. Going to have to hold off the push from Scars and some other teams in the distance with that charge rifle. But this is the moment in time where I think you just play your life. And as you play your life, you go in. You find another team and you just start firing. And now you can see I just saw a Wraith go into the void just on the south side. And that's going to be Aurora looking to make their way in. Scars eliminated. Start a fight eliminated. Aurora doesn't want to be eliminated, but they're going to take out Vex Gaming. Maliwan doing everything that they need to do, but look at all these Watson fences, Vicky.
Yeah, you painted it like Picasso out here, and Maliwan now needs to back up after getting that shield swap. It's Fire Beavers that have made their appearance in this fight as Maliwan gets out of their line of sight. I gotta highlight, Matafe went crazy though in that final fight. I don't know how he managed to survive at the very end right there, but he finally got cleaned up. Fire Beavers, one of the 7, now 6 squads left alive as VZN take their exits right back to the lobby. Alliance still out here in the lobby as Aurora now get eliminated. They get cleaned up, and the rest of Fire Beavers are looking to control this side, but they gotta get moving in less than a minute into that next circle.
Yeah, and the question is, we haven't seen any action from any teams that might be on the north side of this ring making their way in. So that is the real question. But we've got a Kraber in the hands of Impulse. And this is going to be a fairly open end game where just the little icicles that are going to be able to provide some cover. But that's not going to be enough because Impulse has 5 shots. And I can guarantee you he's going to hit 99.9% more than I would.
That's so true, though. That's so true, especially when you have no faith absolutely here. Let's see what 9 Impulse does. The patience with the Kraber in his hand, waiting for just that noggin to poke out to give him an opportunity to allow Fire Beavers to fully send it on this team because round 5 is closing up and you got less than 5 seconds to close in the gap here between yourselves and the rest of this lobby.
Hey, talk about the fights on the north side. It's going to be Navi with a hand in it. We've got Sanya down, Rugby and Xron trying to keep it alive and reset. And I love playing the knockdown shield of your enemy teammates, able to grab that bat off. Now you're going to be climbing up towards that high ground. This is going to be Echo Esports on the other side. And now just trying to fire off, hip firing the 30-30. That's all they wrote. Echo out of the lobby. We got 3 squads remaining going for the reset. So what is it now? We still have Fire Beavers. We've got Alliance and we've got Navi. And you know who wants to come out on top. It's going to be Fire Beavers.
Let's see. They have the nice high ground advantage here, but 9 Impulse goes down, and here comes a black hole. They delete it immediately, but it's only up to Taskmaster to be up to the task. He's in the line of sight of the other squad to the left side. Now wondering who's going to be able to approach that side. It's going to be Alliance who've been able to clean up so much KP this game here too. 6 KP to their name, and they've lost out on hotkeys. Do they have the opportunity to get this res?
Now the question is, can they keep out Navi from pushing while they get that reset? Because it's beautiful. They had that gold knockdown. You can see right there coming back, half health, half shield. Now Navi pushing in. Rugby, no shields on him. Now can Alliance make this moment happening? They're going to be so strong. Hockeys, Monty going under fire. Thermite's going out, just trying to hold the space, but Monty is going to fall in the grab lift. Yuki coming down, just barreling, punishing them from taking out. But then the PK hit. Will it hit for 9? Will it hit for 99? That is the real question, trying to keep the line of sight happening.
I've never seen so much respect from the PK, and that's exactly how Na'Vi need to play that. That respect from the PK is fantastic with the reposition, but are they giving him too much respect? 54 from Yuki. He's playing off the side of the rock. He needs to reload the R301, and Alliance still come out on top despite losing out on a member earlier on in that fight. Alliance maintaining their spot, #1 in the overall leaderboards going on after that game 5.
Wow, that was absolutely insane. Your winners of map number 2, doubling down and coming